Systems check. Everything checks. So let's talk about how it is their fantasy too. What I mean by that means that when someone sits down over across from you or beside you and their character ain't that good, or you figure their role playing just isn't that good, just realize it's their fantasy too. Playing what they want to do. So, in short, if you think this is going to be too long, you don't want to watch it, just let them get on with it. Well, let's dig a little deeper into that and see what I'm talking about. So, if you're in this hobby, you may have noticed that some of the people that you play with, maybe they got a restricted pass on their human being exam. Let's be honest. The hobby attracts a lot of socially awkward, a lot of shy, a lot of timid people that aren't entirely certain of themselves as a person. There are an awful lot of players out there, when you look over at them and say, "What do you do now?" they give you that same look that, well, a small furry animal does when you're about to run them over of your car in the middle of the night. And if they do that, then just move on, ask the next person, get back to them later. Because despite the fact that they're not being Oscar-winning actors or actresses, they're probably still having a fun time. They're enjoying themselves. I'm often quite surprised when I ask players who did not say a word voluntarily at my games, "Did you enjoy yourself tonight?" They go, yes, it was interesting, it was fascinating. I love that bit where, the tentacles came out of the walls and tried to grab us, and the Nixies offered us an offer we couldn't refuse. That was amazing. I'm thinking, okay, yes, that did happen. You didn't seem to be participating, but often the shy players, the more timid players, they're still playing up here. They've got this massive internal monologue going on. And that's how they enjoy the game. And so, let them. I mean, like, you're not a director looking for an Oscar, you're just a GM. I'm just a GM. So just let them play their game their way. If it's not as active as the more vocal players in your group, don't sweat it. They're probably still having a damn fine time. After all, why else would they turn up at your place week after week? Might be the food. No, the missus cooking. It could be the food. But it's more likely that they really enjoy it. They like the socialization. They like the interactive aspects. They probably really, really enjoy the fact they get to hide behind a character sheet. After all, it's not them doing all these crazy, risque things. It's their character. They get to hide behind that. And that is a good thing. For them, yeah, sure. So, play their way. And if they try and, break out and try and do the role-playing thing, then let them. Go easy on them. If they're not the greatest tactical mind in the world, and their plan looks like they'll get them all murdered, don't be an anticlimactic dick and murder them all. Figure out a way to let them win. Have the bad guys be even dumber, or just not see it, not see it coming, and fall for their hideously overblown or convoluted plan, or their completely transparent fate. Let them have the win. Likewise, if they're, well, knowing these players, they're not charismatic. So if they're going to play a face, when they finally do get up the courage to look you in the eye and try and seduce whatever NPC, they stammer and they tongue twist, and And they make Hayden Christensen from Attack of the Clones look like Frank Sinatra or Leonardo DiCaprio. Still let them get away with it. Because at least the damn motherfuckers are trying. And if you let them try, maybe they'll improve. Maybe they'll get better. Don't look down on them. Just let them play their game. Because it is their game too. It is their fantasy too.